Everyone says if you've seen one side of Iguazú Falls, you've seen it all. But trust me, that couldn't be more wrong. The Brazilian side gives you the big sweeping panoramas, but over here in Argentina, you get to the top of the falls. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to cross the border from Brazil into Argentina and then take you on a full afternoon through Parque Nacional Iguazu. Grab your passport. If you remember from my last video, we were staying at the Sanma Hotel in Puerto Iguazú, Brazil, which was a 5-minute walk from the falls. It's one last feast at the breakfast buffet. Now we're heading out with our luggage and passports to go to Argentina. Today we bid ciao ciao to Brazil. We're headed over to Argentina and we're going by land instead of by plane. That's the nice thing about Iguazú Falls. So since it's between Brazil and Argentina, we can easily cross the border, and that's how we're going to enter Argentina and continue with our trip. It's a super convenient setup. One driver picked us up at our hotel in Brazil, dropped us off at the border, and then on the Argentine side, another driver took us over. This way, you don't have to stress out about customs or language barriers. Everything is smoothed out for you. We crossed over the bridge from Brazil to Argentina, and then our driver pulled over so we can do this stunt.
In Brazil! In Argentina, in Brazil, in Argentina.
We had heard of horror stories of being stuck in line for hours, but because we were transferring drivers, this process was much faster. Before we knew it, we arrived at our hotel in Puerto Iguazú, the Raíces Estacion Hotel. That was so easy. We crossed into Argentina, and it only took us an hour to do the border crossing. I thought it was going to take 2 to 3 hours because that's what I read on the internet. But they did something interesting where neither drivers actually crossed the border. They just dropped us off at the border and we just walked across and got another driver. So easy. So if you're planning on crossing from Brazil to Argentina or going through Argentina, then hire a service that'll take you through it. They're professionals. They know how to do this efficiently. We dropped off our bags and then headed straight to Parque Nacional Iguazu via taxi. We could have taken a bus, but we didn't have Argentine pesos on us to pay for the fare. Also, we only had one afternoon and didn't want to waste time figuring out how to get pesos and the bus schedule. It was about a 25-minute taxi ride to the entrance of the park, and with the help of our hotel, we settled on the price of $50 US round trip. They accepted crisp American cash, so make sure to carry some on you. Now in line to buy our tickets. Now one thing you could do on the Argentinian side, which is a plus, is if you save your ticket on the first day, you can come back after 72 hours and you only have to pay 50%. Don't be shocked that there's a bunch of digits. At least the good thing is that they accept credit cards as a form of payment. All right, in terms of pricing, it was a little cheaper to go to the Brazilian side. Brazil, I think it costs like $41 for both of us. And then here in Argentina, it works out to be like close to 66 for both. We got a map here so we can figure out what our game plan is, but ultimately we're gonna go see the falls. All right, so this is where we're at. We're at the visitor center. I think we take the train here. We take the central station. We want to go up to the Estacion Garganta. So that's the first thing we're going to do, and then I guess we'll walk out. And then the other game plan is, okay, so after we're done over here, we get back to Estacion Garganta, take the train, we'll get off here at Estacion Cataratas, and we'll take the Paseo Superior, or the Superior Circuit, which is supposed to take about 2 hours to hike. These are all of the hikes and attractions you could do. Now we're kind of short on time because we're here only for half a day. So we're only going to do the Garganta del Diablo, that's Devil's Throat, and the Circuito Superior, the upper trail. I originally wanted to do the Inferior trail as well, or the Circuito Inferior, but I don't think we're going to have time. Okay, first impressions as we're going through the park. It looks like any other amusement park. So far, it's not crowded, so that's a good thing. Although it is 1:11 p.m., so I guess a lot of the tour groups have already gone through. Don't get distracted by the gift shops. Pick up your free train tickets before heading to the Estacion Central, or else you'll have to double back like we did. The tickets to the train are free because they are included, your admission, but you still got to pick up tickets. Or this is our ticket for the train. Remember, it is included as part of your park entry fee, but you still got to get a separate ticket for the train. Oh, how adorable. It's a little old train here. The good news is that the park doesn't seem to be packed. It's also like low tourist season right now in beginning of August. Hey, here we go. We're going first to the Garganta del Diablo, so the Devil's Throat. The train itself, well, let's just say it's more about the experience than speed. It only goes about 5 kilometers an hour and runs every 30 minutes. But it's a fun, family-friendly way to get around, and it saves you from walking in the heat. The train stops off at Estacion Cataratas, but we stayed on to get to Estacion Garganta. So that train ride took about 30 minutes from the central station. This is the big highlight of the day, which is the Devil's Throat. I wonder if we're going to get wet like we did yesterday. From the entrance to the trail, it's about a 1 mile out and back walk along a raised platform. The path is completely flat and easy, so anyone can do it. Mind you, we were here in the afternoon, so it was not as crowded. When we were in Brazil yesterday, I'd seen a bigger crowd on the platform and was afraid we would run into the same problem. So far, this is quite a walk. So it's a little different from the Trail das Cataratas, a waterfall trail in Brazil. Here in Argentina, you walk along this bridge and you just keep going and going until you get to the very end. Walking through the rainforest here in Argentina on our way to the Devil's Throat. Okay, all right, yeah, I don't know what we're looking at, but everybody seems to be fascinated by this fish. Is it a piranha? No, I don't think they're piranhas. I really should have powered up a hike on my Strava app back there, but I just started because I realized how far we're walking, so might as well make those minute counts to close my Apple Watch rings. As we approached Devil's Throat, I could see the mist from the falls. The anticipation was building up. One thing I do have to give Argentina credit for is that this walkway is ADA compliant, I would say. So if you have any mobility issues, don't worry. You totally walk on this. I saw somebody with a stroller, so yeah, if you need wheels, you can use it. Oh my, that's the top of the Devil's Throat. We're here at the end. Argentine flag, which is what we had seen yesterday on the Brazil side. Okay, it's pretty organized, so it's just a one-way in and out type thing. Yeah, this is the circulation map, so yeah, it's a one-way or one-direction type thing. Enter here, go around, snap your photos of the Devil's Throat, and then out. Once you get to the end, you're literally standing over the falls. The roar, the mist, the sheer power of the water, it's unlike anything else in the world. Be prepared to get wet here. Here's the money shot. The reason why we visited the Argentine side. This is absolutely insane. You don't just see Devil's Throat, you feel it. It's like standing on the edge of the world. Yeah, that actually makes things a lot more organized. I thought this was going to be really crazy with a bunch of people at the Devil's Throat. This one-way traffic system works well, gets us in and out. Now we're going to hightail it out of here to take the train so we could go to the Superior circuit. Turns out the one-way circulation worked. We could have lingered a little longer at Devil's Throat, but we really wanted to hit the Circuito Superior or the upper trail. This means we would need to hurry up to get to the train station in time. Otherwise, we would have to wait another 30 minutes for the next one, and we didn't have the luxury of time on our side this afternoon. And we got coatis on this side as well. Now we're back at the Estacion Garganta del Diablo. We're gonna head over to the Estacion Cataratas. We got some stowaways, or actually no, they're not getting on this train. Sorry, Coatis, you missed it. You missed the train. It was a relaxing 15-minute ride to Estacion Cataratas in which we could calm down after the excitement of standing over Devil's Throat. At least we got one big ticket item checked off for today. Estacion Cataratas is where you get off for the upper and lower trails, or the Circuito Superior y Inferior. Before we head off on our hike, we're gonna go ahead and carb a load. Looks like they got sandwiches here. We hadn't eaten since our big breakfast buffet in Brazil, so we were starving. Good thing for the snack bars at the train stations. Okay, not too bad upselling. It's gonna work out to be about 12 US for a sandwich and a drink. And not bad. This all cost about 16 US for this sandwich. And then the drink that came as a special, and then we got 2 coffees. So we're definitely gonna be pretty amped up for this hike. See, and this is why you're not supposed to feed the animals here. They just come. So we're in an enclosement to protect ourselves from the monkeys, but somebody fed these monkeys and now they're coming here. See, that guy made it off with a piece of bread. Now he went away. And the monkeys are off looking for food. Hey, I think that guy has a piece of bread. Somehow scored a piece of bread. And not to outdo the monkey, we got the coatis. They know when the train leaves, because people are leaving their food behind, so they're going to come and clean it up. They're like the cleaning crew. This guy is looking for scraps that people left behind. Here he goes, looking for scraps. Now that we are properly fueled up, it's time to head over to the Superior Circuit. We are here at Estacion Cataratas, and we're gonna head off now to the Superior Circuit, which is blue. So it's be a bit more of a hike. Okay, to the Circuito Superior upper trail, 200 meters straight ahead. This is convenient. So here is the upper circuit hike, and then over there is the lower circuit hike. However, I think we only have time to do the Superior Circuit, but had we gotten here much earlier, or if we started the day here when the park opened, we totally could have hit up the Inferior Trail. But they say that the Superior Circuit is a lot easier to walk. It's mostly flat, whereas the lower trail, there's some stairs and things tend to get wet. This is another easy, mostly flat walk, but instead of being right over one huge waterfall, you get panoramic views over tops of several falls, including Salto San Martin and Salto dos Hermanas. I guess this is what they mean by an immersive rainforest experience. You're accomplishing a lot of things here. So yeah, you're walking through the rainforest, and then at the end, we'll be able to see the waterfalls from a different vantage point. Salto dos Hermanas, the 2 sisters. Okay. Oh, I get it. So I see the 2 waterfalls. Kind of hard to see from this angle, but there's the first waterfall, and then there's the second waterfall. 2 sisters. The other thing too is you could see the rainforest. Oh my goodness. That's what the rainforest looks like from above. Hey, I could see Brazil from here. That's that hotel that's on the Brazilian side. The Hotel das Cataratas. Yeah. It's the pink building. I mean, it's iconic. And you can see it all the way from here in Argentina. All right, let's keep going. Up ahead, I think I see another waterfall. This is called Salto Chico. Yeah, it does look small. I'm using small liberally here. Small, yeah, small compared to the rest of the waterfall. Small compared to the Devil's Throat. As we continued with our hike, we saw the network of waterfalls that had amazed me when we started the Trilha das Cataratas in Brazil. What makes it special is the perspective. From up here, you're looking down at the cascades instead of up at them. It's like watching the river suddenly decide to leap off the edge of the world. Salto Ramirez. That looks like a huge drop. For the sake of keeping this video to a reasonable length, I'm going to go through the tops of the waterfalls quickly. The grand finale is when we reach Salto San Martin. Oh yeah, I do see those boats up there. So yeah, they do go close to the waterfall, which means you'll get drenched. Next up is Salto San Martin, this way. There's something calming and soothing about walking over the waterfalls, like just hearing the water rushing. It's like I don't need a white noise app. I can just come here and sleep, but I wish I could take the falls back with me. You hear all the time about forest bathing. What about waterfall bathing? Because that's what we're getting here this afternoon. It's a bit of a walk to Salto San Martin. Yeah, they really put you out there, but it's only 220 meters to walk out there. Oh, and I think this was the strongest of the series. So too bad, can't really see all of it. I mean, we only see like the top of it, but you can see that's the strongest one of them all. The views of Salto San Martin and Salto dos Hermanas make it worth it. It's not as dramatic as Devil's Throat, but it's a calmer way to appreciate just how many waterfalls make up Iguazu. Not a bad hike, about 1.3 miles, and it took us under an hour to do. But we were lucky. They said the suggested time is 2 hours, but I think what they mean is if it's a crowded day with lots of tour groups, so you know you're going to be crowded at the waterfalls. So I guess there is some benefit to coming here in the afternoon. Basically, all the tour groups have left. Because we finished the Superior Circuit in a short amount of time, we actually have enough time to do the lower circuit. It's now 4:50. The park closes at 6. I think we can complete the trail before 6 o'clock. Okay, so only 500 meters to the start of the lower trail. And then, oh yeah, I guess they do have a hotel on the park grounds. So this is the old hotel. So I wonder where the new hotel is. Oh, okay, so that must be the new hotel up ahead. Now we are at the start of the Circuito Inferior, or lower trail. Since we won't have to fight the crowds to get a good view, we can get through this before the park closes. This one has stairs and some steep parts, so it's not ideal if you're in a wheelchair or struggle with inclines. But for me, this was hands down the better trail. I recognize this waterfall. It's the Dos Hermanas, the two sisters. Honestly, the views of the waterfalls are better on the Circuito Inferior. At least I'm not looking at the tops of the waterfalls. You'll see what I mean. Get a really good view here from the lower circuit. I wasn't expecting this. You're much closer to the waterfalls at ground level, and depending on conditions, you can sometimes even walk behind them. Unfortunately, the behind the falls section was closed during our visit since it was close to closing time, but we still got to appreciate the mist. Really, I love this trail way more than the upper one. It feels more raw and immersive. I had seen this network of waterfalls in Brazil, and now standing in Argentina and being much closer, I now understand how this network of waterfall works. We also got another glimpse of Salto San Martin. I thought you could walk behind the waterfall. It's closed right now, but I think it's because it's close to closing time, so we're gonna miss out on that. But that's fine. I mean, I just feel fortunate that I was able to do a bit of the lower circuit, so that way I could see Salto San Martin in its full glory and not just from the top. See, that's San Martin. So, adios. Plus, there's a park employee in back of us trying to shoo us out. They really are serious about getting us out of the park on time. All right, so we're gonna hustle it out of here. We practically speed walked out of the Circuito Inferior to Estacion Cataratas to catch the last train. Good thing this trail is much shorter than the Circuito Superior. Okay, so it's a little bit over a lap on the track to get back to the train station. Do you think we'll make it? Because the last train leaves in about 4 minutes. Officially, the last train leaves around 5:30 p.m., but here's something cool. The staff makes sure everyone gets out. So if you're still in line, don't worry, they'll wait for the stragglers. All right, so we made it, but there's a long line, so hopefully there'll be another train. If for some reason you missed a train, there's always the Sendero Verde, a 600-meter walking path back to the entrance. But really, why walk it when you can ride the train? Oh, that was cutting it close. We just got on the train, and it is 5:32. We had rushed in the end there to catch the last train, but it was worth it to fit in Circuito Inferior. the Devil's Throat Trail, Circuito Superior, Circuito Inferior. We somehow hit the highlights of Parque Nacional Iguazu. It's back to Estacion Central, which means it's time to exit the park. It would have been much better if we had the entire day or 2 days to do everything, but I know that not everybody have that gift of time. But with some smart planning, you can get in all the highlights. So that was our day at Iguazú Falls on the Argentine side. If you've only seen the Brazilian side, don't skip this one. The trails, Devil's Throat, and the sheer variety of viewpoints make it a completely different experience. Our taxi driver picked us up at our agreed upon time of 6 p.m. Remember, we had already agreed to a price of $50 US for a round trip between our hotel and the park. By the time we got back to our hotel, we were completely exhausted. It had been a long day, starting in Brazil and ending in Argentina. We've had a long 2 days checking out the Iguazú Falls on both sides of the country, so we decided to treat ourselves by ordering in room service. So this is their caprese salad, and then we ordered pizza, and we got flan. This all came out to be about $37 US, which I think that's a great deal considering this is room service in a highly touristy area. He made short work of that pizza, but I'm not sure what's going on with this caprese salad. It's a little different. I'm used to basil and mozzarella cheese, but I guess they do things differently here in Argentina. That's okay. I'm so hungry after visiting the falls today that I'll eat anything. I've had different versions of flan, but this one is special. It's so fluffy. There's the caramel sauce, and then I guess that is like caramel pudding. But you know, each country has their own take on flan. Correction, it's actually dulce de leche, which is popular in Argentina. You'll see more of that in my future vlogs as we delve into Buenos Aires next. And that wraps up our full day exploring Iguazú Falls from the Argentine side. Between the Devil's Throat, the jungle train, and those up-close trails, this side really lets you step inside the waterfalls. But here's the big question. Which side is better, Brazil or Argentina? In my next vlog, I'm doing a full head-to-head comparison, so you'll know exactly which side to prioritize if you don't have time for both. I'll see you in the next one.